Taking the train in Korea. There are several options if you're planning to travel from Seoul to Busan or Busan back to Seoul again, and of course several cities in between. One of the options is the KTX. That is the bullet train, and that can travel up to 300 kilometers per hour at times. Not for the entire journey, but for a good portion of it. A one-way ticket on that ride is about 60,000 won or $60 US, and a one-way ride is about 2.5 hours. The train you're seeing in the video here is the ITX, and that takes about 4.5 hours for a one-way trip, and it's about 45,000 won or $45 US for that one-way ride. It does stop at quite a few more towns and cities along the way. One of the other differences between the KTX and the ITX is that the KTX might offer like a food trolley that passes between the cars for snacks and beverages and whatnot, while the ITX is basically unmanned. You're on your own. Bring any food and snacks for yourself. That's just a good ride for sleeping. It's cheaper, but has less to offer the passengers for the ride. Also, students tend to buy standing tickets because they are even cheaper. They stand the whole way. And if a seat should open up, they will sit in it, but they take their chances, especially during busy holiday times. Looking out the window, you can see that the train does pass through a lot of small towns along the way. You can see the fields. Korea has a lot of rice fields and the occasional grape vineyard or other fruit orchard that you can see along the way. You'll notice a lot of rolling hills and small mountains, very, very green. And the train does pass through a lot of tunnels. It's a very nice ride, in fact. The mountains you'll see are covered with trees. They're not as high or rugged as you might see in the Rocky Mountains in the United States, but compared to what you might see in the eastern part of the United States, a lot of rolling hills. As you look out the window, you might see on the sides of mountains little areas of grave sites. A lot of Korean families do use the sides of mountains for their own personal burial grounds. All in all, the train ride does provide a very beautiful scenic experience. Hello and welcome to language class. We're going to practice both English and Korean, and today we're talking about the idea of being upset. Yes, I know we all get upset at one point or another. Now we can see here the word upset. You see that? Upset. Well, when you are upset, in Korean you might say 속상하다. 속상하다 is upset. Can you see that there? Okay, 속상하다 is upset. Yes, now when I want to say then, for example, I'm upset at you. I'm upset at you. In the Korean language, you can see here, I would say, 난 너한테, 난 is I, 너한테 means to you or about you, 속이 상해 있어, 속이 상해 있다. So it means I'm upset at you. Again, in Korean, 난 너한테 속이 상해 있어. I'm upset at you. Well, look at the next one here. He's fit to be tied. Oh, he's fit to be tied means he's really angry. He's super angry. He's crazy angry. He's fit to be tied. In the Korean language, take a look at this right here. He's fit to be tied. 그는 he 충분히. 충분히 means enough or sufficiently or fit. Yes. 그는 충분히 화낼 만해. 그는 충분히 화낼 만해. He's fit to be tied. Very, very angry indeed. All right, let's take a look at the third one. Please don't fly off the handle. Why? Well, the handle is symbolic of control. If you are controlling your temper, you're controlling your anger, that's good. But if you fly off the handle, you lose control of your anger and you become very, very angry. So the sentence again, please don't do that. Please don't be very angry. Please don't lose control of your temper. Please don't fly off the handle. In the Korean language, 제발 포럭 화내지 마. 화내지 마 is don't be angry. 제발 is kind of please. So again, 제발 포록 화내지 마. Please don't be super crazy angry. Don't lose control of your temper. You can see that right there. All right, very good, very good. And sometimes maybe you're not super angry, but you might be a little bit depressed or sad. You might use the expression, I'm bummed out. B-U-M-M-E-D, bummed out. 난 지금 좀 짜증이 나. 난 지금 좀 짜증이 나. It means, again, I'm really dissatisfied, I'm uncomfortable, a little bit bummed out is the correct expression in English, bummed out. 난 지금 좀 짜증이 나. Now, if I say I'm bummed out, that means my feelings are not happy. But if I say, oh, that's a problem, that's not good, that's a bummer. B-U-M-M-E-R, oh, that's a bummer. Or 그거 참 안 됐다. Yeah, that's a bummer. 그거 좀 안 됐다. That's not a good thing. That's not something that works for me. Yeah, that's a bummer. And finally, I'm getting hot under the collar. Why? Let's imagine, here's my collar. If inside my collar is like a steam engine and it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter in there, ooh, very stressful and hot, I have to let out the stress, yeah? So I'm getting hot under the collar means I'm getting more and more and more angry, getting angrier all the time. I'm getting hot under the collar. 나는 점점 당혹스러워지고 있다. One more time, you can hear that. 나는 점점 당혹스러워지고 있다. I'm getting hot under the collar. Well, now again, try to hold on to your temper. Do not get super angry. Control your temper. Don't get bummed out. Stay happy, and we'll see you next time. Any questions? Any comments? Don't be shy. You can leave them on my YouTube page. Find me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, anywhere. Just look for John Valentine in Korea. Any comments? Let me know. Take care. Bye. Earth is small. The universe is vast. The likelihood of any other form of life even caring about our life on Earth is pretty small. Planets come and go. Life on Earth will someday be extinguished, done and gone. Our planet will be kaput. That's science. Maybe it will happen after a few million years, maybe tomorrow. Are we smart enough to figure out a way to continue on life in our present form in another place? And after that? And after that again? Obviously, the time involved is pretty incomprehensible. But if we can't comprehend it, how can we do it? If we don't know how to do it now, then chances are that we didn't know how to do it before living on Earth. So this probably is where we started. We've come pretty far as a species. Are we done? Perhaps in order to continue, we need to evolve more. It's hard to imagine our current state being the end of the line or even sufficient for us if we actually expect to continue on indefinitely. Our bodies, minds, behavior, etc. are pretty weak in consideration of what it would take for us to leave this planet before its end and go out into the vastness of the universe and start again somewhere else. We can't survive even 3 days without water or 3 minutes without oxygen. In our current state, we humans are not very suited for life away from Earth. We couldn't do it. To prepare our species for continued survival indefinitely and in another place is an astronomical task. It's not going to be possible for all living things on this planet to pack up and go somewhere else, not in our current form. We can't. Who would go? What would we take with us? Everything? We couldn't even survive a short time, even if we used all of the entirety of Earth's resources to send out a very small select sample group of humans to start over somewhere else. Currently, it seems we're doomed if we don't, but we can't. Is space exploration important? To achieve a state of readiness will take gazillions of amounts of time and money and resources. Yes, we've already started. It's awesome what our scientists have done with sending computerized probes and lenses and cameras out into the dangerous darkness. But in reality, We've only taken such tiny, tiny steps in consideration of what would be required to continue on in our current form. Consider this. All of the investment in every category in preparation for space exploration is for whom? We might be tempted to believe it is for the betterment of all mankind. I can't help but wonder who that is. I'm pretty sure that I won't be going, nor will any of my family or friends. All the money, time, and brain power is for whom then? If it does ever become possible for intelligent Earth life to leave here and go somewhere else to begin a new life, it will be a very select group. It seems they would be tasked with continuing on our species while the rest of us wait for Earth to break apart or melt down or ice over or get smashed into oblivion by a large piece of space rock. Throughout the history of this planet, the human species has evolved pretty drastically and impressively, and to continue on in some other place will require us to evolve even more. How? What is required? Will we have to evolve to where we don't need water or oxygen? Maybe that's it. The future of our planet Earth is extinction, and humans along with it, or at least for those left behind, which would be most of us. We've got to get out of Dodge, and we can't as we are. Certainly not most of us, maybe not any of us. Our scientists are searching for water and oxygen on other planets in relatively near space. That seems like we're putting a small bandage on a fantastically massive hemorrhage. Maybe that's because we don't know what else to do. Maybe we're trying to save everyone. Maybe we're trying to continue on as we currently are, just somewhere else. I'm not intentionally being Mr. Doom here. Intelligence, science, and religion both warn us that the end will come. We just don't know when. It makes sense to try to figure out how to get out of here and go somewhere else. However, again, it seems all of the effort involved in such an endeavor would be for the benefit of a very few people. Perhaps instead of searching for a new place with similar life-sustaining conditions that would allow only a few to survive and continue on in the name of everyone else in similar weak fashion as we do now, what if some attention were given to evolution? We, like all living things, do indeed evolve. We are capable of it. It wouldn't change the inevitable doomed destiny of Earth. This planet will do what it wants. Things will happen to it that we cannot stop or control. However, for science to investigate and discover ways to enhance the human condition so that we might evolve in a more controlled direction and at a more rapid rate might be for the benefit of a great many more people than just the few specially selected people who might otherwise be able to make that journey to a new home. Space exploration seems necessary. We've got to go. However, it might be for the benefit of a lot more people if we could evolve so that we'd be able to survive conditions other than what we're already used to. We wouldn't have to limit our search for a new home just like the old home if we were able to upgrade or evolve to a higher, stronger, less needy, less sensitive form. So, what is our target in the next stage of evolution? How do we get there? Maybe it won't be with our physical bodies. No, these inadequate, fragile meat suits are way too weak. I tried to see how long I can hold my breath, but I got dizzy and felt pain in my eye. No, I won't be making the journey. I'll be over here in my tiny little existence trying to figure out how I can make a buck to pay rent, how to stay healthy enough to last a few more years, and how to share a bit of happiness with a few other very temporary living creatures. I sure hope somebody else is working on some of those other issues. Meanwhile, all you powerful world leaders and the super elite wealthy, cut the crap. You ain't getting out of here either. Might as well contribute your energy to helping our fellow but less advantaged human folk have a better and more fun time on this rock of ours before it comes to a halt. Support your local science nerd. Just saying. Well, before I play a song for you, I've got to show you something. There it is, the HBC Fest October 2015 official shirt. It's available if you're going to the festival, so be there. I think it's a fun way to remember all the fun times and all the music. All right, this song I've got is called We're Gold. And I wrote this song basically as a dedication to the fact that everybody everywhere works. We all get up in the morning and we go to work and we do our best. And we have to maintain a positive attitude just to get through the day. And that's what this is all about. So I hope you enjoy it. It's called We're Gold.
Ourselves out of our beds, get dressed, get some coffee, thoughts of work run through our heads. Hustle and bustle, we move along, try to stay positive, sing this song, trying to make a difference, that's the bottom line. We're gonna make it happen, yeah, we'll be just fine. We're gold. Fight to make ends meet, caught in the rat race out in the street. No one can say what it's all about, but we keep on pushing even through the doubt. We're gold. Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. Giving all you have, sometimes it just don't seem enough. One door opens, another closes, life can be pretty rough. Getting through it day by day, you gotta believe there's a better way. Keep your hopes up but don't lose heart, treat every day like a brand new start. Go bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-dum. We're gold, we're gold, we're gold, we're gold, we're gold, we're gold.
Don't let anything keep you from the HBC Fest.